What I've started with is something that I've used for years, which is looking at an organisation and its supply chain from the perspectives of outputs. So the two in the right-hand corner at the bottom, awareness of an optimal cost structure is one output, so the cost base of the supply chain, and then the other one that's critical is the service levels delivered by the supply chain, so delivery in full on time to the customer. Obviously there's many ways to measure that, but DIFOT is the most well known, and perfect order has been around for about 10 years. So I'm saying that, you know, best practice is an optimal cost structure with a service level above 85% delivered in full on time based on the customer's first request. So not negotiated, but customer's first request. Then the other jigsaw pieces here are about what I call inputs, so supply chain inputs. So they start from that strategic intent of the leadership, creation and deployment of a plan. So in there we're talking that there's a vision, which is why we're going to turn up and do what we do, and how we're going to do it in terms of values and behaviours, and then the what is actually the strategic plan of the actions, and that's obviously supported by things like cultural aspects, which is down at the bottom there, empowered people committed to change, and also about strong functional links, and then also a process focus. And from my perspective, they're sorts of things that you managing a supply chain can consider in the pursuit of improving your supply chain. So we've got the outputs and we've got the management inputs for each of you to consider where you might be on that journey. So moving, taking that sort of outcomes focused, which is probably what most of you get paid to do, which is deliver an output. So I'm saying that service, and this is from Benchmarking Success, 19% of supply chains deliver 97% delivery in full by line, and only 8 of those match that with on-time delivery above 97%. So in terms of the customer's first request, only 4% are doing that in terms of that service requirement. And then how many of those are doing it at an optimal cost? About half of those. So from the Benchmarking Success database, which is, you know, began in 1993 and is still valid today, about 2% of supply chains achieve this world-class DIFOT and low cost or optimal cost environment.